German police say there were a large number of attacks by what they're calling intoxicated North African-looking men on merrymakers in the central square of Cologne on New Year's Eve.
It's frightening to hear that something like that can happen. Now I won't walk alone here at night anymore.
I find it horrible what happened here. I wonder where the police were. Were they that afraid of those men that they didn't intervene?
The German justice ministers dubbed the New Year attacks outrageous, saying that those responsible will be brought to justice.
What happened at the Cologne main train station is not acceptable. This kind of thing cannot happen again, and the offenders have to be punished. This was an outrageous attack and a completely new dimension of organized crime. State institutions have to take action against it. We must not leave people defenseless against this in our cities.
The mayor of Cologne, Henrietta Recker, also says the attacks were monstrous and called a crisis meeting with the police. Let's go live now to Paul Hempel from the Alternative for Germany party to get his thoughts on it. Hi there, Paul. Thanks for being with us live this hour. Why has it taken so long, first of all, now 5 days or so, for this all to come out to light and to be made known to the public? Any thoughts about that?
First of all, Kevin, let me happened in Cologne as well as in Hamburg, by the way, at the night of the New Year. Actually, you know, it doesn't fit into the policy of the German government and the regional governments. Before there were pictures where, you know, everything went so fine. We tried to integrate about 1 million people in Germany, and now you have the real situation on the streets in Cologne, Hamburg and elsewhere. Actually, the policy doesn't want to concern the people in my country, and they try the very best just to ignore such reports, which had been given before by the police and other regional police authorities. It is not a new case, but I mean, in this range, how it has happened in Cologne and Hamburg, that indeed had never happened before in Germany.
And the police are saying these attacks were carried out by people, quote, that were North African or Arab in appearance, but they did go on to stress that you can't automatically draw conclusions between that and the fact that they would automatically be refugees. These people could, of course, be bona fide German citizens.
Well, actually, you know, I've been living in Asia for quite a long time. Well, you know, that's the critics we have since months that, you know, these people are with a quite different cultural background, and they were educated in a religious way, which doesn't fit into the German society, and for the time being. And that means that, you know, they are aware of a German society which is so different to the societies in Syria, in Iraq, in Northern Africa and elsewhere. And this is indeed a problem, and suddenly the politics have to face that it will become a problem, maybe more than we have expected before, and the people, the public is concerned about this.
But even if anyone here was allegedly responsible for this was an immigrant, you can't tar everyone with the same brush. It's definitely going to hurt a lot of people's cases that want to try and get on with their lives peacefully. That they've escaped from sheer hell, a lot of these people. They want to come to Germany, play their part, be accepted. Cases like this and the way it's handled, they have to be handled very delicately, don't they?
Well, actually, what I think that we have the wrong policy since months, since the refugee crisis occurred. I mean, you know, having about 1 million people just in 2015 coming into Germany. This is a problem, and we have to face it. And, you know, the German Chancellor said, we will make it. I disagree. We will not make it. We are not able to care for such a big number of people. And once again, they have a completely cultural background. I know the cultures quite well, and it doesn't fit into the German, it doesn't fit into the European society. Not in that numbers at all, not with that education and not with that religious background.
OK, taking what you say, but those people are there now. How are you going to help them fit in to society in your country?
Well, actually, first of all, we have to differ who is indeed a refugee and who is not. And as soon as somebody becomes a criminal, one has to be sent out of the country immediately. And first of all, we have to differ between the people which really needs our help. From our opinion, the help would be much more successful, much better in the area itself, let's say in Syria and in Iraq, not let them come to Germany in such numbers. This would, with less money we invest right now, much better to invest money into these regions in Iraq, in Syria, elsewhere, Jordania and Lebanon and Turkey, just to help the people there. I mean, we help about 10% of the refugees within the countries of Syria and Iraq, about 400,000 in Germany. There are 4 to 6 million people in need in these countries. So it's much better to invest our money over there to help the people right on the spot and not let them come to Germany and not let them come into a society where they don't fit in at all.
Well, final thought. I come back to you again, though. There are a heck of a lot of people with you at the moment. You've just highlighted that. How are you going to help them get used to the ways of the German life, to get accepted into society there? How are you going to make them feel welcome, the people that are there, rather than stereotyping them?
You know, about 75% of the people have no passport at all. We don't know where they really come from. Most of them are illiterate, with an education which is much less than that what you enjoy in Europe.
So should you be educating
them? So it
them?
would be more than difficult. Yes, but that will be a long, once again, will take a long time. And once again, the problem will be for such numbers. I disagree that we will be able to educate about 600,000, 700,000 people in Germany in such a way that they fit into the German society. That will not work at all.
Paul, thank you for making your thoughts so clear on the matter. Paul Hampel, there, member of the Alternative for Germany party.